Hi, my name is Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, Savage Reads. I have some books that I want to talk about. I hope you are all having a wonderful Christmas season, holiday season, whatever you celebrate. I am just so excited this week to be home with my girls, and we are watching all the Lord of the Rings movies, doing puzzles. It's just so relaxing and fun, and I'm having a great time. So I hope you are all having a wonderful season, and I am excited to soon get to my yearly wrap-ups. So next week I will start putting out my best of 2025 fiction and nonfiction reads. But a quick crafting update before we get into the books. I finished my sweater. I'm wearing it here. Here's the sweater. I'm so excited about the sweater. It fits nicely. I got it blocked and it is really comfortable and I'm really happy with it. So I had a great time with this project and I'm excited to get started on my next project, which is going to be a sweater for my husband. So that is where the crafting has gone. I am hoping in the next couple weeks to get to the yarn store. But let's jump into what I have read the past little while. So the first book that I want to talk about was a recommendation from Audrey at Audrey Approved. And this is The Emerald Mile, the epic story of the fastest ride in history through the heart of the Grand Canyon by Kevin Fedarko. Now, I just recently had listened to the book A Walk in a Park by the same author, which was talking about a through hike through the Grand Canyon. And so I expected this book to be very similar. And where I think my expectations were not quite met was this book did not have Kevin as a character. And Kevin in the other book was the one hiking, and you really got his personal take on it. And this was just giving us some of the history behind the Colorado River and behind this river run, and it was really fascinating. If you like books about adventure and you like books about nature, I think this book was great. But part of me almost thinks there were things in his other book that were better. I think his history in A Walk in the Park is a little bit more diverse and inclusive. You can tell he really talked to different people about different sides to the story. And this one does give you a good historical overview, but I do think some of A Walk in the Park was maybe a little bit more accessible. But both of these books are delving into slightly different things. One of them very much the Grand Canyon and the other one the Colorado River. I highly recommend both of these because I think you get a really great historical overview of both locations as well as a really great action adventure kind of story. And so I really enjoyed this. This was an excellent read. Now, this next book was a recommendation from the channel The Eccentric Raven, and it is another Robin McKinley book. Now, I have recently read a Robin McKinley book because I wanted to get back into Robin McKinley. I loved the book Spindle's End as a kid, and something that Robin McKinley does really well is gives you that fantasy classic fairy tale retelling. She also does an excellent job at giving you very strong women main characters. Now, this is all about Beauty and the Beast. And I didn't realize that I have definitely read this book. I got into it and enjoyed revisiting it, but as the book unfolded, I realized, oh yeah, I read this as a young person. And it really had seeped into my brain as being the definitive source of what Beauty and the Beast actually is. And so I think I am very much biased going into this book because this is what Beauty and the Beast is in my brain. Going back was so fun because it felt like the actual story, like this is the real story. There's the Disney version and this is the real one. And I had a fun time. Does it depart very far from the Disney version? Not really. But is it enjoyable? If you like fairy tales, is this a great version to give to your children? Yes. I really appreciate Robin McKinley for trying to make these relationship dynamics somewhat healthy, but still feel like there's high stakes and really is an important story being told. And I just overall had a nice time revisiting this. If anyone else has a favorite Robin McKinley book, let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to continue on reading some Robin McKinley books. Now, after reading out loud The Count of Monte Cristo to my daughters, I needed something quick and easy to read to them, and so I thought, you know what? I remember loving The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when I was young, and so I'm going to read that out loud. Now, this is a short book. It is quick to get through, and my daughters enjoyed it. It is tongue-in-cheek and funny. I think some of the humor went over their heads, but some of it they just really loved. I know my 9-year-old loves being in on the joke that she knows what the answer to life, the universe, and everything is. And I think that it was a fun time. Is this book all that deep? No. If you are looking at science fiction as a way to tell us something about humanity, this does that, but the answer is that humanity is basically meaningless and life is absurd, which is a message. And it's a good time. So I think there is definitely that little nerd culture experience that you have to have if you enjoy sci-fi in reading this. You feel like you are part of something, and I appreciate that, but it probably isn't all that deep. But if you want something that is light, funny, and just a reflection of how absurd things can really be, this is a great one. And lastly, for now, we also for Christmas read aloud as a family A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And this is that classic story that we all know and love, and it is a short, fun read. It's a great read aloud, very fun seasonally. I had a great time revisiting this book. My daughters had a great time listening to it. Do I always think that the best version is The Muppets? 100%. I have watched The Muppets Christmas Carol. And yes, did I take breaks between chapters to sing some of the songs from Muppets Christmas Carol? Also, yes, it was just a fun time, very festive and very enjoyable. And that is what I have read the past week or two. If you have any thoughts on these books, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas season. And if you have made it to this point in the video, leave me a little Christmas tree emoji in the comments. And I will see you all very soon on the next one.